Hey there, what can I do for you today? Hey Dave, well, I need to talk to you about remodeling my bathroom. Well, you came to the right place. How can I help? You know, it's the darndest thing. I was taking a shower the other day and a tile fell right off the wall. Almost hit me. I see. Once a home gets to a certain age, you'll find that a lot of them suffer from erectile dysfunction. Welcome back, Remodelites. I'm Dave with Remodel Media, and for the last 16 years, I've helped people put together kitchens, baths, outdoor kitchens, and various other home renovation projects. I make it my mission in life to eliminate regret, and I do that by bringing you the latest tips, tricks, and products for your home remodels. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and ring that bell for notifications so you never miss an episode. One of the biggest punches in the gut for me is when I get a phone call, and I've had it before, where a customer calls me up and says either, Dave, I wish I had known, Dave, I wish you had told me, that happened, or Dave, you were right, I should have listened. So today we're going to talk about the top 5 products in a bathroom remodel that customers have missed out on. But you don't have to. Product number 1, a hand shower. So when it comes to hand showers, there's 2 ways to mount it. You can mount it on a hook where it's stationary and it acts usually as a shower head as well as a removable hand shower. Or you can have it on a sliding bar. Now I advocate more for the sliding bar for a couple of reasons. One, it's great for adjusting the height for different bathers, especially in an aging in place situation or a universal design situation. And 2, and this was a suggestion from my wife, she does not always like to get her hair wet. So she likes the idea of mounting a shower head a little bit lower so it gets everything from the neck down. If you're going to mount your hand shower on a hook, then you need to consider where the water outlet is going to be. Some hooks have a water supply that's built in automatically, so there's really not much else to do other than mount the hook. Some have a separate supply elbow, also called a drop L, and the same goes for slide bars. Some slide bars have a built-in water supply. Some require a separate elbow. The only legitimate downside to a hand shower, and this is a very personal decision, so not everybody's going to see this as a downside, but the only real legitimate downside to a slide bar that anyone has ever been able to articulate to me is that it is extra hardware on the wall. And some people want as clean an aesthetic as possible. But in general, hand showers are most useful for washing off children, washing off animals, for anybody who wants to shave their legs, and washing out the shower. Product number 2, bidets. Either a bidet toilet seat or an actual bidet combo toilet. Now, the least expensive alternative is a bidet seat, and not all require power. Some you can get for an investment under $100. If you'll check out my video on cheap and quick bathroom upgrades, you're going to find some helpful tips when picking a Kohler Puretide toilet seat. Coming in at number 3, we've got lighting. A lot of folks either tend to under or overdo lighting, which means either being blinded or not quite being able to see well enough. You miss a spot on your makeup or you miss a spot shaving. So here's a couple of quick tips. At the vanity, you want to make sure there's light coming down from above, and you want to make sure there's light coming from the wall. That way you're able to see details, whether you're applying makeup or whether you're shaving. And depending on the size of the bathroom, you may also want to have a light in the shower. One of my favorite products for lighting in the shower, which is also a ventilation fan, is the Panasonic Whisper LED. This is wet location approved. You can put this in the shower and it can work as a light as well. So not only is it removing steam, but it's also providing illumination. Because there are some folks who prefer to shave in the shower or shave their legs in the shower. There you go. But proper, just right illumination is key. Product number 4 is such a small detail, but it changes day-to-day life and makes it a little bit better. And that is pivoting toilet paper holders. I can't believe how many people still don't even know that this is a thing. I can't believe I'm getting excited over a toilet paper holder. Most of us have had a traditional toilet paper holder with the springy thingy in the middle, and you fumble with it, and you get it in there, and sometimes it shoots the other direction on you, and you have to go find it, whatever. And admittedly, it's not a complicated device, but there is a better designed way to do it. Now, slightly more efficient would be a single post toilet paper holder, but the trouble with that is, more often than not, the toilet roll ends up rolling itself right off the end of that single post toilet paper holder. Either that or that single post ends up acting like a lever in a fulcrum and eventually pulls itself out of the wall. it happens a lot. Doesn't happen all the time. I know there's somebody already typing away in the comments. But Dave, I've had mine in the wall for 10 years. Okay, good for you. That's not the case for a lot of people. Now, a pivoting toilet paper holder is quite simply that. It is a 2-post toilet paper holder, so you got that stability of 2 posts, and the bar across the middle just pivots up when it's time to change out the roll. Simple, effective, and eliminates a few extra steps. And like I said, it just makes day-to-day life just a little bit better. And finally, my biggest pet peeve is when a customer cheats themselves out of a nice shower drain. People end up spending sometimes thousands of dollars on expensive tile, but then when it comes time to pick out the shower drain, they don't even think about it, and the plumber has already put in whatever Frank pattern basic piece of equipment they had on the truck, and the customer says, well, I think I'd like a decorative drain, and then I have to say, well, that's unfortunate. But there's a couple of ways out. The reality is, if you want a designer drain, you have to specify that way before the plumbing even starts. When they're doing the very beginning stages of plumbing, often referred to as rough plumbing, you're going to need to already have that drain picked out, especially if it's going to be like a linear drain. I happen to be a fan of both the affordability and ease of use of the Quick Drain Shower Line series. Just make sure you specify whether you need a hot mop adapter or you're using a shower pan liner. As far as what hot mop and shower pan liner mean, hot mop is just a tar-based sealing system versus a shower pan liner, which uses like a sheet of flexible PVC type of material as the water barrier to basically keep your shower from leaking. Both options are great. Depends on your local code and what your plumber's experienced in. There is a third option out there on the market as well, which we're starting to see more and more, and that is the Schluter system. And I recently went to Covering Show in Orlando, and I met up with Infinity Drain, and they showed me a system that they had that worked specifically with the Schluter water sealing tile system. So if your plumber plumbs for a Schluter drain, you no longer have the same basic 3 or 4 options that Schluter provides. You can actually use an Infinity Drain system, especially if you're doing a linear drain. This is important. But I can already hear people say, but Dave, I didn't find your videos until after the plumber put his piece in, and now I want something decorative. There's something for you too. Let me tell you. There is a company out of California called Designer Drains. I have dealt with them for many years, and they can retrofit almost any of their designs onto almost any drain. You might need to send them a picture of the drain. You might need to take some measurements, but they can make it happen. And they have a lot of really cool decorative designs and finishes to choose from on their website, designerdrains.com. They're not a sponsor, but I like their stuff. Thanks for watching. I hope you got some good information out of that episode. Go ahead and click here for more videos. Go ahead and click here to subscribe. And make sure you check out the description below for relevant links to some of the products that we discussed today. And leave your comments and questions down below because I love answering them. As always, I'll see you in the next one.